What up? It's Jake One back with another behind the beat. I'm like been holed up in here. I figure I should give you guys some work. Um, so a lot of people have been asking me to break down more Tuxedo songs. So today I'm gonna do Tuxedo So Good. Um, so Good is one of the early Tuxedo songs. Like it might have been within the first four or five that we recorded. I think we did it in 2010 or 11 maybe. We cut it at the OK Hotel in Seattle, which was a place with a bunch of studios, and they had a bunch of spots in the basement, and me and my boy Justo had a studio in there. So we cut in a real, it was pretty low budget down there. But it was really about the track that I made at home, and the lyrics that Mara wrote. This song was really one of the first ones I made without samples that I was like, damn, man, I could maybe do this, without even another keyboard player or anybody else. So yeah, this is the album Tuxedo. This came out in 2015, by the way. But yeah, really the story behind the beat is I had got into vintage since, I don't know, 2006, 7, being around G Coop in Oakland when I was living down there. So then I started kind of building my synth collection. And I started realizing, like, damn, the really expensive ones are expensive for a reason. Like, that's why, they cost so much, is they're really the shit. So I want to say in 2008, I went on my first trip to Tokyo, and they have a synth store there called 5G or 5E. I can't remember. But they have every ill vintage synth ever made. I mean, and they let you try them. So I kind of went through and played all these ones I'd seen online but never got to play with. So I think I played like a Jupiter 8. I played the Memorymoog. I played, a couple ARPs. Some of the things that were just really expensive and you just wouldn't know anybody even had them. So I played the Memorymoog and I just thought that one was a shit. It's like you turn it on, it already sounds like a record. And that appealed to me. So I got my money up and hit eBay. I bought one on eBay. I think it was like $3,000, which just seemed crazy at the time to pay that for a old synth. So it shows up at my house. The crazy thing is, whoever sold it to me knew who I was and wrote a note to me like, I hope you make something great with it. So the first day I turned it on, I made So Good. This was me just fucking around with the keyboard and Pro Tools, and it was just one of these beats that I was sitting on that I thought was dope, and I felt like we had something with it when we did the song because all my friends wanted the song. They wanted a copy of it, and that's not always the case with what we do. So, or what I do in particular. So. Yeah, it's dope to kind of go back and put this one together. I'm not going to be able to get the sounds exactly the same because this is just what it is with vintage synth. So, um, Tuxedo, So Good. Let's do it. First thing I did on this one was program the drums on the ASR, which was kind of just how I was doing everything at that point. I think I made this in like 2009 or 10 ish. So yeah, I started with some drums. Made a really simple pattern. Wanted to swing a little off though. Then I had this clap and this tambourine that I added. And then I put some more modern sounds on top of it just to beef it up. So this is your generic 808 kick of the time that probably came in a shit. I think it said like Zaytoven kick or something. So Yeah, Beethoven's in there. This snare, clap with a little reverb, and another clap. So just really to beef it up. You see how it's moving a little bit, it beefed it up. I think the only thing I quantized on here was the kick, because I just wanted to make sure that was driving. And then really the rest of the beat was all on the Memorymoog. So I'm going to go turn on the Memorymoog. I just got it back from the shop. It was not working correctly, which apparently these things do. I've had mine since I think, I don't know, 2009 or 10. So I've been lucky it's been working for me this long. So I'm going to go over there and play some struggle keys. So really the first thing I did on this beat was the bass line. The bass line I probably played like on 4 different passes on the original. I definitely was not capable of playing more than a half a bar at that point. But it's kind of why you get these like weird like I can't do all those. I can't do all those like in rhythm, you know, for 4 bars. I'm just a shitty keyboard player. But it makes it kind of unique, and that's why the groove of this beat is so different. To the point that like whenever we had a band, we could never quite get it right because it was a weird kind of out of time thing that all when it fit together with the drums was perfect, but it was tricky. So I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. It's not gonna be the same, but you'll see. So after I do the drums, I'm playing around on the Memorymoog, and I make this sound. Of course, I'm not going to be able to make the exact same sound, but something similar to this. I make this sound and I play these chords. I play the chords over those drums, so. So the next part I came up with was the pre-chorus, something to break up the monotony of the groove. This is still really early in the process for me of making anything that wasn't just hip-hop, so it was weird to like have another part. I don't really even know why I did that. I just was like, want to see if I can come up with this. So this is what I came up with. And then we went back to the other groove. So the next part was really just putting this little lead that I think I played on like one of those little baby Yamaha things, CSO1 something. Anyways, that thing's been broken for years, so we will do it on here. Made something similar like a lead to play over it. So kind of the last part of the foundation of the beat is the bass line for the bridge, or pre-chorus, or whatever you want to call it. I feel like I did that like maybe the next day or something after I did the original groove, because I just figured it needed somewhere to go. And just not knowing, how to work with singers and, worrying about keys and stuff like that. The Memorymoog had drifted you know, these old synths, they don't stay in key. So it drifted maybe, you know, 20, 30 cents up. So the pre-chorus was like basically in kind of a different key than the original beat when I first gave it to Mayor. So he was just kind of like, it fucked him up for a while. We ended up having to like redo it, replay it. So this is kind of the replayed version.
So good, it feels so